What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the JuiceBox, presented by Lock City. It's Claw here today. Today we'll have episode number 123 of the JuiceBox with an outlook into the Thursday MLB Slate. But before we get into it, just a reminder that you can join our premium tier Discord at wap.com/LockCity. For only $5 per month, this gets you access to every cheat sheet every day across all active major sports, access to premium picks from all 9 of our pro cappers, and tons of sports-specific and stat-specific data points on a daily basis to help you become a better sports bettor. That's wap.com/LockCity. Get instant access for only 16 cents a day. All right, let's get into it. First game of the day, we have David Festa and the Twins versus the Marlins and Yuri Perez. Marlins just got their 8-game win streak snapped. I think I would lean the over. I like the over 7.5 in this one. Perez and Festa, neither one of them is going to go more than 5 innings. In fact, Perez hasn't gone 5 innings any game this year. Perez 6.19 ERA. Festa 5.4 ERA. I think we can get some runs in this one. Moving on, we have the Astros at the Rockies. Brandon Walter versus Kyle Freeland. We'll come back to this one for the JuiceBox Lock of the day. But moving on, we have the Tigers at the Nationals. We have Dietrich Enns versus Jake Irvin. Enns pitched really good, 5 shutout innings versus the A's in his only start this year. I think he can pitch well again versus the Nationals. And on the other end, Jake Irvin, you never know what to expect from him, but he really does struggle with lefties. And the Tigers should have about 6 lefties in the lineup today. I think that they get to him. I'd play the Tigers on the money line, -155. Or if you're feeling a little spicy, -1.5 is +105 right now. There's also a huge advantage for the Tigers late game in the bullpen. Next up, we have the Yankees at the Blue Jays. Chris Bassett versus Clark Schmidt. The Yankees bats finally came alive yesterday, scoring 11 runs. The pitching staff, however, got rocked again, but I do think this is a good spot for the Yankees to bounce back. I don't think they're going to lose 4 in a row here. And Clark Schmidt, I think, is solid. 3.09 ERA on the road. He faced Toronto earlier this year, went 5 innings, 1 earned run. I think he can have similar success tonight, and I think in the late innings, I think the Yankees do have the bullpen advantage as well. So I'd put the Yankees on the money line, -130. Next up, we have the Brewers at the Mets. Jose Quintana versus David Peterson. I like the Mets here at +135. The Brewers at +135. The Mets haven't really hit any lefties lately. Luzardo, Sale, Bailey Falter, Crochet, Max Fried, Rodon, all had good starts for some. On the other hand, the Brewers have really crushed lefties lately. They put up 6 on Kyle Freeland, 7 on Andrew Heaney, 5 on Andrew Abbott, 12 on Jesus Luzardo. They got a couple off Crochet. I think this is a mispriced game here. I know the Mets just won, but they're like 2-13 in the last 15. I'll take the Brewers at this price. Also, a little revenge game here for Quintana. Next up, we have the Angels at the Braves. Jose Soriano versus Bryce Elder. I think this is a good bounce back spot here for Soriano. He's been really solid on the road this year, 2.78 ERA. And on the other hand, Bryce Elder, he's probably in the worst form he's been all year, last few games. 9 earned runs versus Philly, 5 earned versus Miami, 4 earned versus the Rockies. I like the Angels here, plus 120 on the money line. I think this is just, I think we're getting the better team and the better pitcher, honestly. Over the course of the year, the Angels, they've been the better team. Soriano, definitely the better arm. So I'd take them on the money line, plus 120. Next up, we have the Guardians at the Cubs. Luis Ortiz versus Cade Horton. It's tough to back the Guardians in any way. The Cubs really crush lefties, so I don't really have much faith in Luis Ortiz here, who's also struggled on the road this year. He let up 6 earned runs at Seattle. He got hit around by Detroit and Washington. The Angels hit him up. The Padres hit him up all on the road. Horton, he hasn't been great, but he's been solid, at least at home. Last few home starts, if you take out the game where he played Seattle, it was 100 degrees with 30-mile winds blowing out. He's been pretty good. 5 2/3 shutout versus Pittsburgh. 6 innings, 2 earned runs versus Colorado. And he had a good start versus the White Sox. I know those aren't the best offenses, but neither are the Guardians. This team's lost 6 in a row, and they just can't hit. Next up, we have the Giants at the Diamondbacks. Robbie Ray versus Brandon Pfaadt. I think I like the over in this game here. Robbie Ray has been good, but he did face the Diamondbacks earlier this year. He let up 3 runs, and the Diamondbacks have been crushing lefties lately. And on the other hand, Brandon Pfaadt, 5.38 ERA, and I know this Giants team stinks, but they actually own him. 30 career at-bats versus him. They're batting .367. I think that we're in a good position here to see runs, and I think the bullpens can give it up too. The Diamondbacks is actually one of the worst in the league, and the Giants used a bunch of arms today in the extra innings, so they're not going to be fresh and ready to go. I think over 8.5 is the best play in this game. Next up, we have the White Sox at the Dodgers. Aaron Savali versus Dustin May. Seeing Dustin May as a minus 290 favorite, it seems a little bit crazy. I know it's the White Sox, but Dustin May is really not that good. If I've had to play anything this one, it'd be over 8.5. I think both pitchers can get hit up here. Dustin May's 4 straight starts of at least 3 earned runs. Savali, he struggled on the road this year with a 5.92 ERA. Dodgers should be able to hit him up again. I like the over 8.5 here. You can get that at minus 120. Maybe sprinkle White Sox money line just because that's a crazy price for Dustin May. Next up, we have the Royals at the Mariners. Seth Lugo versus Brian Wu. I like the under 7.5 here. You can get that at minus 105. But Wu, both these guys sub 3 ERA. Wu, 2.08 ERA at home. And he absolutely dominates righties. The Royals are going to have like 7 righties in the lineup. On the other hand, Lugo, he's been really good lately. 4 straight games of 1 earned run or fewer. I think he can carry that success into tonight. The Mariners' offense is nothing to really be afraid of. So I like the under 7.5. But moving on to the JuiceBox Lock of the day, we're going to go back to the Astros and Rockies game, and we're going to take Brandon Walter over 4.5 strikeouts. The best line on that is plus 102 on FanDuel. But I love this line here for Walter, who is over this game in every single start this year. It's 5 for 5 on this line. He's gone at least 6 innings in 4 straight games, and his pitch count, they're letting him go 9,500 pitches every game. So not worried about his length or pitch count here. And then looking back at the Rockies versus lefties, they've been god-awful. Jose Quintana got 5, Clayton Kershaw 5, Mitchell Parker 8, Robbie Ray 5, Kyle Harrison 6, David Peterson 5, Matthew Boyd 8, Max Fried 7, Ranger Suarez 6, Jesus Luzardo 10, Christopher Sanchez 7, Patrick Corbin 9, Robbie Ray 8, Chris Sale 10, Nick Lodolo 9. And the only one out of all those guys to go under this line was Colton Gordon, who got 3. So yeah, I love this spot here for Brandon Walter. He's been really good. He's got probably his best matchup of the year now. I think he can get 5. I love the price here at plus 102. So let's lock that in. Brandon Walter over 4.5 strikeouts, plus 102 on FanDuel. Let's lock that in. Let's cash. And we'll see you all again here tomorrow. Peace.